What's up, guys? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to another trade recap. Today, I took two break-even trades, so making $0, no motion whatsoever on my fundeds. It is kind of frustrating because I've taken two break-even trades today. Yesterday was a loss. The day before that, last Friday, was a break-even trade, and on Thursday um, was a red day. So I'm like on a cold streak, you could call it, which is a little annoying, but all I can control is the process, and I've been following the process, and that's really all that matters. But yeah, I'll go into, why I took the trades, my bias going into the day and all that. So going into the day, I was I had a loose bias on being bearish just because of how high we were in premium on the 1 hour, and we are also inside of this 4 hour BPR right here. But we also had this 1 hour inverse fair value gap and order block and breaker block. So I was like, okay, you can really make arguments for both sides. But what's most clear to me is that we had London lows right here and that we hadn't rebalanced to 50%. So I was more so looking for shorts at open. And at open, we had a Judas swing up here, and then we had this 30-second inverse, which I did take, which I went break even at this low right here. And then the break even did save me there because I would have got stopped out if I didn't go break even. And we just kept on going up the entire day. And then I was wanting to take this 1 minute short right here, but the candle that closed below it took out this internal low, which was going to be my break even point. So I ended up not taking that. And then what ended up happening was we formed this huge SMT with ES here. And then we also had rebalanced to 50% on the 5 minute. The reason why I didn't really care about balancing to 50% on any other higher time frames, like let's say the 15 minute here, was because if we were to rebalance to 50% here, that would just mean that we're just bearish, right? And if we're truly bullish, which I thought we were at this point because of just how much we were just stair stepping up, then we would probably, it would be very unlikely for price to rebalance to this 50%, rather just rebalancing to the 5 minute 50%. Right, so we rebalanced then, and then we had a 2 minute inverse right here, which I did take, and then it ended up being a break even because ES formed a bearish SMT at this high, right here, and I was like, okay, I don't know if we're gonna, break the SMT or hold it, so I'm just gonna go break even, and then I got break even. So we'll see if that saves me or not here. But yeah, I mean, kind of just like another day in the market. Like, there's really nothing else to say. I'm fine with all the trades. I thought they were great trades. Mm, Maybe one thing was possibly stepping away a bit earlier, because on continuation days, my model does not do too great, and it might just be best to wait for another session, right? So that's one thing I maybe could have stepped away earlier. But it is a lot better than yesterday's performance when I didn't step away despite the terrible price action. I don't even think the price action was that bad today. Um, it was just a continuation day, which just made it hard to trade the price action, but doesn't mean that the price action is like super terrible and choppy. Yeah, I mean that's really it. How much? It's a 4 minute video. There's really nothing else to say here, other than that. I mean, came in today, found my bias, took trades along with that bias, flipped the bias when it made sense to flip it, and manage my risk. And that's really it. But yeah, hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.